Hey guys, MC Mora here. So today we got something very special because we're gonna talk about 2XKO, and obviously the game is in closed beta, but I think this is like a soft launch pretty much because they're gonna be in beta until launch. And this is my first time experiencing this game. I wasn't in any of the previous alpha labs. I didn't get 100 codes to say follow me, follow 2XKO on Twitter to get none of that stuff, right? So you're gonna get the most honest Mura possible. This is complete honesty about like my experience so far. Now, to put things in the right place, I am personally not much of like a tag player. I play the Marvel games. I like Marvel 3 a lot. I like Marvel Infinite. I like tag games, but I don't main them. I always main like Street Fighter or like 1v1 games. But this is still interesting. And I wanted to talk to you guys whether you're someone who's interested in this, whether you're hate watching, whether you are maybe waiting until you're on console if you don't want to play it on PC because the anti-cheat gets kernel access, whatever. Let's talk about what's actually in here. So first impressions is that the menu is weird. For like a fighting game, this is weird. So right, left doesn't change anything. You can actually have to use like the shoulder buttons to switch around. Say, this is a fighting game. You're in the main menu. How do you get into training mode? How would you expect? Well, it kind of works like the Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, that type of game. You see the play button at the top left, you press triangle and then it's like, do you want a casual match, private versus training, and obviously you do get into training. Now, I must admit that they do something really cool here. So in training mode and in all of the offline modes, all of the heroes, all of the characters, champions, whatever they call it, all of them are unlocked. Yes, all 9 of them are unlocked. Would you believe that? But obviously it's a free-to-play game, whatever, right? So that's really cool. So even if you didn't buy characters, I only actually bought V. She's the only character I did actually buy. Even if you didn't buy them, they're there and you get access to all of their alt colors as well. So you can train against anyone, you can try out the character, see if you like him, if you don't, before you head online to like play with him. That is really cool. I must admit, this is such a cool feature, and right now there is a limited roster selection, so maybe that's not that big of a deal, but as they add more and more characters, this is a sort of feature that's gonna become more and more prevalent. No longer do you have to buy a character just to play with them, and I think that is really cool. That is really cool. Now, once you actually get to play the game, the actual feel of the game, gameplay wise, it actually feels pretty good. I'm gonna separate this into how the game feels and the control scheme, right? Two separate things. I'm gonna talk about both of them. The game actually feels good. It reminds me a lot of Power Rangers Fight for the Grid. Obviously it got like a light, medium, heavy, and it's a tag game, but I must admit this game have a ton of depth. This is a type of game where you can stay in training mode and like lab stuff forever. It really is that. The game offers a ton of different mechanics, and even the characters themselves are complicated. So like with any character you do have an assist, right? An assist character, but there is this one. There is also, as you can see, there is like the timer up top, which it shows you like when you can call it again. He does actually have another assist. Every character got 2 assists that you can call. So 2 different assists, and during the 2 different assists, there is like handshake as well. So like I can call him like that, switch sides. During the call animation or during the character being out, like you can switch out at any time, so it's a very free-flowing system. That is complicated. There is like a tag here, a tag combo, like down and tag that let you tag. There is like DHC, there is burst where you get a combo breaker, there is bush block, there's so much. This is a hardcore fighting gamer game. This is what I'm trying to say. It really is extremely hardcore. You know how hardcore 2XKO is? Well, there's actually hitbox display, hurtbox display, collision box data, frame data in the game. You can make it look like this in the game. Like people have to mod Street Fighter and other games to get that sort of thing in there. So that's actually crazy. And the characters themselves, actually, they do have a lot of depths as well, right? Like V here, for example, right? She does have this like command dash things that you can do, but that can be cancelled. You can cancel it forward, backward. See this? I am Barry Allen and I'm the fastest man alive. Like, what is this? Right? And this have like follow-ups that can then be cancelled. She had this thing where you do the jab, and that can be cancelled and electric like that, and you can loop this multiple times. This is like a really legit hard AF combo. Like, it's actually hard, but obviously it does give you like easier alternatives. Like, this is like a very easy combo you will do. Bam, does mad bam 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 bam. This is like very easy. So combos can be easy, they can be hard. The characters have a lot of depth, a lot of mechanics to them. Obviously, because it's a team game, there's a lot of room for synergy as well. And then there is something called fuses, where there's like double downs that let you DHC. There is the one that lets you just have the second character as an assist. There's so much here. This game is mechanically deep. There is a ton, which is cool. For someone like me, that's cool, but for a newcomer, I can see it being completely overwhelming. Now, once you're actually in the game, I think the training mode menu is fine, but it can be a little bit difficult. You can check the move list right here, and it will show you the move, but at least for me, it seems very low quality. Like, this seems like 144p, very pixelated. I don't know if it's my thing or not. Also gives you the option to bin stuff, and I got really excited. I thought this was like a Mortal Kombat NRS thing where it's gonna bin the move and I get to see him, but that doesn't really happen, so I don't know what that's about. But like I said, the game plays fine, and visually the game looks okay. It looks pretty cool. It's not a looker, and there is some stuff where you can choose like they sheeped out. I mean, it's V, right? You know, the super where she's like punching air, and that is very common with all of the other characters. There's a very big focus on the attacker, but not so much on the defender. So, cutting costs, whatever you wanna call it, it's not a looker. Especially coming from Street Fighter 6, where Shinryu Reba, and you see the guy, none of that stuff in here. Or Ryu punching everyone and none of that stuff. It's not particularly a looker, but it plays well enough and it's free, right? So we gotta call it like it is. Now, let's talk about the control scheme, because oh my god, this is the hardest thing about the game. So I'm playing this on pad, and you got light, medium, heavy, and then there is the tag button, which is on the X by default. I'm talking about the default control scheme. I have never played a tag game where the tag is on a face button. That to me is weird. But why are they doing it? Well, because there's no motions, no fireball, no uppercut, nothing, and there are two skill buttons. So you have skill 1 and you have skill 2, and it is completely arbitrary, and that doesn't make sense. Is there anything in particular, to you at least, that say this is a skill 1 move and this is a skill 2 move? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's completely arbitrary, and it makes it so weird to wrap your head around, right? Like V, for example, here, and I'm using her, right? Why is this move on R2 and this one is on L2? Like, is there any reason for that? I don't know. And especially because there are no motions, like I talked a lot about V doing this, it is so easy to get supers by accident because supers are like a trigger and light, medium, or heavy. So if you're trying to do that sort of stuff, like it's very easy if I want to do like the dash into punch and just get super. That happens all the time. To me at least. Obviously I'm gonna get better at it with time, but happens a lot. The control scheme is very awkward. It's very awkward. It's essentially like a 6-button game, but skill 1, skill 2 instead of motions. I feel like honestly that makes things harder than it makes it easier. Like, you wanna have a game where characters can do this, like a character has that sort of like, that is hard. such hardcore gamer game combos, but Fireball is where you draw the line of it being difficult. Well, it's a conversation for another day, but I don't love the controller layout. I think it's really, really weird. Now, let's jump to online, because online I have a lot to say about. And there is something very interesting here. So as you know, this is a Riot game, right? And you have to create a Riot account and all of that. Obviously, you're probably like a League player or whatever. I played League for like 30 minutes, but there is a thing. This game is region locked. This game is region locked, and your region is tied to your account that you created your account for. So if you also have like a Riot account for like League of Legends or whatever, you're tied to that. Now you can search for games, and once you do search for games, you will actually find it like a beacon from the sky will lay down on one of these cabinets, and it's gonna tell me to go play. And once you actually do get to play, from my experience, the netcode is actually fairly good. Oh, and this is one of the things I wanted to talk about actually. So I just said play, right? And here's a game is trying to force me into a duo battle, and I didn't select duos. So it's like I didn't select anything. I just said find match, and it already got me like duos. So you, even if you're trying to queue by yourself, I can't find anyone in this very particular room because it's region locked. I can't select a lobby like Street Fighter 6, and it just threw me into a duo battle. So it could use some work. It could use some work. All in all, again, it wants me to play duos. Come on, guys, give me someone solo, please. All in all, this is a fun game. It's not particularly for me, and I must admit the roster, very few roster selection, many big bodies, none of the characters really speak out to me. Maybe in the future someone would, but when you actually do get to play the game, if you wrap your head around the actual gameplay, this is a fun game. The worst of it is that this is a game that you can play in training mode for hours and have a ton of fun on potential synergy, and the online netcode, if you actually happen to get into a match that is not a duo, is actually really fun. I haven't played duos because I don't have one, like a specific partner to play with right now, but the actual gameplay, the actual matches is pretty fun, but it is pretty complex. It's not like a straightforward game, and if you're like a super casual, I feel like super casuals would have much easier time with a game like Street Fighter 6 or Tekken, right? But it's a fun game. I honestly had more fun with it playing it than I expected. And I will say opening characters doesn't seem that hard. So it's like I played for a while, I played a number of games. I think I completed like all of the daily missions, I completed a bunch of the weekly missions, so I don't know how big the grind for unlocking characters is gonna be. Obviously that stuff is subject to change as well, but everything here is very PC game-like. This doesn't seem like a fighting game at all of this is very, it reminds me a lot of Marvel Rivals, right? Like you can see the finishers right away. You got unlock taunts. That is so weird. For like a fighting game, that stuff is really weird. That stuff is really weird. Anyways, that's about it. What are your thoughts? Did you actually get to play? Did you not? How are you feeling on the game so far? I would love to hear all. You can actually move the camera freely. That's kind of cool. What are your thoughts on the game so far? Are you enjoying it? Are you not? I would love to hear your thoughts all about it in the comment section below. We'll be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.